RPTs are vulnerable to conflicts of interest, so it is important to understand the concept of conflict of interest. Conflict of interest may be defined as the act of pursuing the interests of particular firms or individuals at the expense of the interests of others. A conflict of interest refers to a situation where directors, senior managers, shareholders, employees, or others have a direct and competing interest, which actually or potentially conflicts, or may be perceived to be in conflict with the person's duties towards the bank. A transaction with a related party always implies a possible conflict of interest due to the close relationship. Examples of RPTs that could be defined as conflict of interest include asset lease agreements at an inflated price, construction service contracts priced differently from market rates, credit grantings with special terms and conditions, investing in securities of related parties, and deposits from or to related parties. Let's look at a real example of a retail bank owned by Rebar Group in Taiwan. The Taiwanese bank was owned by Rebar Group. It provided loans of $643 million to China Rebar Company and $618 million to Caixin Food and Synthetic Fiber Company, both of whom were subsidiaries of Rebar Group. These two companies declared insolvency in 2006, leading to the collapse of the bank in 2007 when it was taken over by the Taiwanese government. The second example is Sunju Medical and Pharmaceutical Company in China. In 2000, its long and short-term debts increased by a whopping 1,100%, from $14 million to $119 million. With carrying interest rates rising from 3.5% to 9.5%. But also in 2000, the company deposited $137 million of its own funds to a related company, Shenzhen Financial Leasing, for an annual interest rate of 3%. Whose interest did it serve? This was not a well thought out decision. Think about it. Whose interest did it serve? Definitely not its shareholders.